Hello YouTube, I am back. It's been a little while since we've done a more longer form of content, but today I just wanted to talk about my experience of doing the 50-day public speaking challenge, sort of where my mindset was and my headspace was at the beginning of that compared to where I am now, and sort of what I'm looking to do now, and just life in general, really. For me, when I first started that, I was in a place of struggling, but I always struggled to really speak to people and get my emotions out, and I would just sort of cover it up. So it was an opportunity for me every day to force myself to speak out and just say whatever was on my mind. I didn't really have a plan for it. I started following someone called Higher Up Wellness on Instagram, and I saw people were sort of doing his challenge, his public speaking challenge, and I feel like I can get something out of that. So that's exactly why I started it, and I'm really glad I did. It's obviously, I'm still very early into my social media journey, but I've sort of discovered bits I want to do. I like the fitness side of it, I like the mindset side of it, I like sort of lifestyle elements of it, and I would like to build something through social media. I would like to build my career, whether that's in an online fitness or online coaching, or I'm not 100% too sure yet. I've got ideas of how I want to do things, but over the next first 12 months, it's going to be for me learning as much as I possibly can and giving out as much sort of free advice and stuff like that as I feel like I can contribute, and then we'll sort of see where we are then. I've made my long-term plans, but obviously all I can tackle is the here and now, so we'll just see sort of what rate we can develop and where we end up. But I really enjoyed doing the 50-day speaking. I was tempted to go up to the 100 days, but I felt like it was sort of the easier option for me was to do that, because I didn't really have to think. I could just ramble on without planning anything and just get it out there, whereas I thought, no, I need to force myself into rethinking my structures and doing something that maybe benefits me a little bit better with sort of where my goals are at. So really happy I did it. I think you can even see from day 1 to day 50, and then also from my first YouTube video on here to now, I'm a lot more confident speaking into the camera. I feel a lot more steady. I feel like I just speak to it as if it's a mate instead of trying to overthink too much about it. I'm gonna stutter, I'm gonna mumble and get my words mixed up, but that's fine, because that's just we're humans. We're not going to be perfect, and that's you can accept that. I can accept that. But yeah, really happy with how the 50 days progressed. I felt like I could come out of my shell a little bit. I forced myself out of my shell a little bit. I'm now at a point of a crossroads where I've started things before, and the dopamine and the feel good factor when you first begin sort of gives you that motivation to drive on, but then after 2 or 3 months you get to sort of a sticking point, and before that sticking point, that's when I'd give up pretty quickly. I'd just go, nah, this isn't for me, and I'd move on. Whereas this time, it's not only for me content creation, it's also my relationship with my girlfriend. That's at a point now where I've never got past this point before with other girls. This fitness journey that I'm on, my online coach. Obviously, I'm into the photo shoot prep. I've had him for 4 or 5 months. So again, before this sort of window is where I would give up. So I had good discussions with him early today actually, and the photo shoot prep obviously it's definitely a challenge, like cutting calories, your output within your cardio and exercise and everything. You have to be 100% on it all the time. You can't half commit to these things. Whereas I've always been someone who would half commit to 4 or 5 things instead of just putting 100% effort into 1 or 2 things, which is actually how it should be done and is more beneficial if you do want to make progress. So yeah, for me, learning an awful lot, still young, and I need to appreciate that because I put a lot of pressure on my shoulders, which I think is good. It will help me get to where I want to get to, but at the same time it's quite it can be quite stressful. Obviously I'm recording this on Easter Monday, Easter weekend, whilst on a cut and counting calories is quite tough. Like, not only was it Easter weekend, it was also a family member's birthday party. So obviously I was at a buffet. I didn't touch any of the food, but that wasn't easy. I'm not going to pretend that was easy. I'm someone who does enjoy food. Yesterday I had half of an Easter egg, but I made sure I had 1900 calories to play with. I managed to get it in there, so obviously it meant the rest of the day wasn't optimal, and I meant it couldn't get all my protein in that I was aiming to get in. But for one day I was willing to sacrifice the protein in order to stay within the calories and have a little bit of a sweet treat. Like, I had my half an Easter egg in the evening and watched a bit of old Toy Story and stuff, and it was nice. It made me feel a bit like a kid again. But at the same time, when I was watching Toy Story, it's a bit like you get that nostalgia. I used to get these nostalgia hits all the time when I was a bit younger, when I was about 16 or 17 and just left school in COVID, and it was quite hard. I had no idea what I wanted to do, and all I wanted to do was sort of go back to when I was a kid and when time seemed simpler and you didn't really have to think. You go to school, you come home, you play with your mates, whether that was on the Xbox or out playing football on the bikes, and that was all I was to think about it. Whereas now it feels like life's a little more complex than that, but that's because you've got so many opportunities as you get older. You could literally create anything. You just got to put your mind to it. So yeah, I felt like this weekend was a massive momentum builder, massive swinging point for me. Like, something that before would have almost crushed me and would have made me give up. Whereas this time round, I'm building that evidence. I'm reinforcing the fact that I'm able to achieve stuff that before I wasn't able to achieve, and that's due to the hard work that I've put in. So really proud of myself. I'm going to continue to build, continue to get better at everything I do, and 50 days of public speaking down, plenty more activity on social media from me to come, something I'd never imagined. I didn't think I'd be someone that would really use social media. I've always, before I started these 50 days, I'd never really uploaded. I hadn't uploaded for a couple of years, spent a lot of my time off of it, like logged out of accounts. Whereas this year is a big turning point. I'm not too sure where it's going to take me, what journey it's going to take me on, but I just have a good feeling. It's something that drags me to it. Something makes me feel like it's going to be worth it in the long run. Like, I'm gonna gain success and reach goals out of it, but at the same time I need to appreciate that it's also helping me right now, being the man I am now. So yeah, again, thank you everyone for listening. I appreciate the support on this channel, on my other social medias. This is just the beginning for me. I'm going to continue to build. I'm going to continue to improve as a person, improve at fitness, improve at everything in life. And I'm enjoying the journey. We're also in spring now, so the weather's a little bit nicer. We're in the better 6 months in the year, and let's see where it can take us. Let's see where we can go. Thank you.